Hi, my name is Cindy Rang and we're doing Fabric Chat in Soap Lake, Washington. Since Brianna's not here today, I have a whole bunch of friends that are going to go ahead and help me with Fabric Chat. So we've got several different things that we're going to show you, but I kind of thought that since it's sort of retreat season and we're just getting ready to start the last retreat of the 5 in a row, we thought we would show you a little bit more about what we do here and a little bit more about our area. When you come into Soap Lake from the north, you're coming down on Highway 17. When you come in from the south, there's 2 different opportunities to come in. And the first entrance brings you into Division. And Division in Soap Lake is what separates all of the trees alphabetical on the west and all of the flowers that are alphabetical on the east. So it goes aster, buttercup, canna, then daisy. So that's how the streets start. But when you come in on your second opportunity, come in along Highway 17, which we know as Daisy. So now what's interesting is that Daisy is what divides west and east. So that side of Daisy, which is Daisy House and the Event Center, is northeast. This side where I'm standing right now is northwest. So it's interesting that in our little hippieville of Soap Lake that we don't want divisive to be, or division, to be the center of the universe. We want daisies to be the center. And this is, of course, where all of the retreats happen. You can see in the front here, we don't have our fence done yet. Right behind it is Daisy House. That's the facility that will hold 10 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom. If you look just right next door to it, that's Lake House. Lake House is 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. It holds 4, and then there's an attached extension that holds 2 more for smaller groups. And the big building over there with the big patio and all of the glass doors is the Event Center. So that's where we do all of our sewing. And right behind it, you can see the 4 condos. All right, so we've come inside. So this is the Event Center. We thought we would just show you kind of close up. Every once in a while, we have a couple people that'll hang over from in between 2 retreats. Hello. So we're all set up for the next group coming in, and they get to stay for a couple days while we're waiting for the others to arrive. But first, I want to introduce my first guest. Some of you may know him, and maybe you are not aware of his uber skills. All right, some of you guys may recognize the person sitting next to me, some might not. This is my friend and Pa's best bud, Ben Kirby from Calhoun, Louisiana.
All right.
And a lot of you guys, if you don't know who he is Squirrel Ben.
Squirrel Ben.
Our squirrel hunter. So Ben's been here. How long have you been here? 2 weeks.
A week today.
A week? Really? Just a week today? Maybe so. A week today. And so Ben came up. He's hanging out with us for a couple weeks. You guys are going fishing this weekend because we have some friends that are going to take. We have several husbands in this particular group, and so we have a couple of friends from our Ducks Unlimited buddies. You know, we're constantly donating to them, and so we called in a favor. So they're going to come and pick up all of our friends and take them. I think you're going brown trout fishing on Friday and walleye fishing on Saturday, which would be kind of good. Pa's going with them. But in the meantime, Ben has been picking people up at the airport and taking them back, which has been super, super nice. I like it because I like to yak the whole way, you know, as I do. But when I'm in the car by myself, I get tired. And of course I get not speeding tickets, but what was the ticket I got? Failure to follow direction or something.
Yeah.
And then now when you went last week, you said you didn't see it.
I didn't see it. I keep an eye out for it.
And there's no more road construction going on.
There were signs, but no vehicle the first time.
See?
Yeah.
They put out signs saying road construction, and then there's no one there.
There's no one there.
And then when there finally is somebody there 10 miles down the road, they think we're supposed to know that that was what was going on. See? I'm right?
You got to be careful what you say because you don't know who's watching.
Hey, watch away. You think I'm going to be in more trouble?
They'll be
No.
looking for you.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. Do I have my glasses with me? So I've been checking on this. So I called my friend. It's funny that both of them are Chris's. So I called my friend Chris, who works for the Department of Transportation, and I said, "Hey, send me a picture of the truck that was out there." And so we talked about it a little bit, and he said he had no idea what I was talking about, that they normally have like this orange thing that's labeled and you know what it is, and the arm that goes out says stop. And he said the truck that they must have had really was just a utility truck, and that somebody just put a stop sign in the back of it. And he said that almost all of those have those arms to go out, that wasn't anything unusual. And he said that a lot of those crews, he said they do that all the time, where they're really not managing it properly. And he said that arm is remote controlled, and that's why there was nobody there. So he said that the mistake that I made by going through it, he said that happens all the time. And then,
so it's a ticket maker.
Well,
ticket maker.
Yes, I think so. And then I have another friend, also his name is Chris, who was a state patrol in Washington State for, gosh, I don't know how long, probably 9 or 10 years. And he texted me, and I'm going to read verbatim what he said. And he patrolled, our area right here. It is a book. That's a lot of texting, right? Well, he was up in it. So this is what he says. If it was me, I would, and he texted this back like, 20 minutes after it aired. If it was me, I would fight the ticket. I would subpoena the entire road crew working that day and the Washington State Patrol that gave the ticket. They would have to show up at your traffic court and explain why the signage was the distance it was and why the app sign was not on the ground to show it was in use. I don't know what the app sign means. I think that must be that
they got back the truck.
Yeah. I would complain that the stop sign was in the bed of a pickup and not on the ground where it should have been, to show that it was not a sign that was going to be installed, but a sign being used as a traffic control device. The distance from road construction signs would be another issue. The fact that no road crew was working a short distance from the signage could lead a person to believe they had not picked up the signs from a previous job. Let me pause there for a moment. My friend Chris from the Department of Transportation said that the rule is there has to be a minimum of 3 signs within 3 miles. And that's what the rule is. And that was not the case. And he said that they mess that up all the time because they don't go back and move them as they're
As they move down the road, they don't.
Yeah. Nobody wants to go back and do it. Once the road crew vehicle was spotted with no human around it, it could lead to a person to believe that there was that no sign was going to be, that the sign was going to be installed on the ground. I would also talk about the arm that could barely be seen, that you had to swerve from hitting, and the fact that there was no flag or person to assist with these things. See, he clearly understood the whole story, right? Even at a slow speed, this could be a safety issue, not seeing it in time and having to swerve. That was true. I would have the Washington State Patrol officer explain that what he saw of the signage, and also how you were treated by the road construction sign guy. I hate to bring that part up. I think he was not very nice, but
he hollered at you, huh?
He did. He was super upset with me. And even when I immediately said, I'm sorry, you're right. I realize now what I did. And then when I tried to explain, it didn't matter. I was just an idiot. And he said, haven't you ever seen whatever he called that, an automated stop truck or whatever he called it? I don't know. And I said, no, I've never seen that before. That was a pickup truck parked on the side of the road with a stop sign in it.
Yeah, on the side of the road.
On the side of the road. I would never. In fact, it was funny because I think yesterday, wherever I was going, there was a truck on the side of the road and it said wet. There was a sign in the back of the truck and it said wet. And I thought, well, what should I do?
What does WET mean?
I don't know. I kept driving.
I need to right now.
I know. I thought, well, but anyway. And in fact, I felt like I should take a picture of that. He says also, Washington State Patrol could have voided the ticket on their computer. I did that many times when I worked in Washington and wrote a ticket that was proven wrong while I still had it in my control and before the end of my shift. And he said, it's not hard to void. Or you can forget all of that, start a GoFundMe page and get people to send you the money to pay for your ticket. Okay, I'm not going to do that. But anyway, it was
That's
just
the
nice
hint,
to
though.
know. Yeah. And I think that I am going to send a letter, which I've not yet written. And I think I have like 2 more days to send it in before I get in big, huge trouble and the ticket is doubled. But I'm not going to go. It's Lincoln County, which is 2 counties away. And I don't have time.
I could drop it off.
Yeah, but are you going to go on my behalf? Or you can, oh yeah, you could drop it off. But I mean to go to court.
Oh, I don't know about. I could say I'm Brian and raise all kinds of cane, and
Yeah.
y'all could keep her.
That is probably what he would say.
No.
All right, well, let's talk about squirrels. Have you seen any since you've been here?
Not a single squirrel.
I know, it's very sad, isn't it?
Have to ship them in.
Something. I have all my friends that tell me that I would not like them and that they are a menace, but they are so stinking cute.
Well, I brought you something, and let's see how cute you think this is.
Okay. Uh-oh.
I don't know whether to have you read the instructions first or
Read the
what.
instructions first. All right, let's put my glasses.
I was hoping you'd have your glasses.
I have my glasses. Okay, it says, this patriotic camouflage cap, wearing the flag of our nation will not only protect your head from the sun, but also from drizzling rain. Looking closely, you may notice a squirrel perched on the bill. Warning, it is highly recommended that this so equipped hunting cap not be worn in the woods containing more than 1 squirrel hunter for obvious reasons. Oh no.
I recognize the squirrel.
I do. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
You've been modeled.
That's hilarious. Yes.
Yeah, this is the way I would wear it. Now, some of my redneck friends would wear it like this.
Yeah.
And if it looks crooked, it's not. My head is.
Your head's crooked?
Well, seems to be.
That's pretty good.
Well,
That's
good.
pretty good. Now, all the grandkids are going to fight over that. That's a pretty good hat. That's a pretty good hat. Well, thank you, Ben.
Well, you're welcome.
I may or may not wear it.
Well, that is totally up to you.
I'm pretty sure Wyatt's going to wear it. And probably Harper. And when I see, we have flies. We don't have
No squirrels,
We
but
have
just have flies.
When you pick up the girls at the airport tomorrow,
I was aware of that, huh?
you can have
If I can borrow it from you.
You can-
If you're not sporting it tomorrow.
Well, I may or may not be. We'll see. All right. All right. Anything you want to say or?
Well, I did send a thank you back to you ladies that made blocks for my wife, Lori. It's right at 1.5 years ago, I'd say now.
Yeah.
Anyway, I really appreciate that. And occasionally I've met 2 ladies so far that I know of, other than you, that have made a block for the quilts. And she didn't make it, but we really appreciate the thought.
Yeah.
So, and effort and work. So
Yeah.
anyway.
And thoughts. You and Lori both, and we're in our thoughts so much, and so it's such a nice community that we have with all of us and all of our friends, and so many that knew Lori, and even the ones that didn't know Lori that wanted to send a block and send some encouragement anyway. And Ben really, I had names, but we didn't have all of the addresses. So those of you that didn't get thank you cards, it wasn't Ben's fault. It was more, we try to keep all of those envelopes together and pin those together while we were quilting, but we weren't great with that. I think the same thing was true when we sent the quilt to Harper Quilts to Harper. Same thing happened. So yeah, well, we're glad that you enjoy it. And you have found a couple of quilts that you finished that were Lori's.
I found 2 tops. One was an applique. The other one was a block type quilt that I went and had quilted and bound, finished, I'll say that. And then I found a rag quilt that hadn't had any of the snipping done. And so I snipped and snipped and snipped and snipped, and then washed it and dried it and washed it and dried it over and over and over. And then I found one strip or section that I hadn't done. and it'll never catch up to the fray that the other one said.
It will. It will. It might seem like it won't, but it totally will.
And I found another one. She was a lap quilt for chenille. Is that the right word?
Chenille,
She was
yeah.
doing. And I knew she said I used the wrong fabric. She used the wrong fabric, at least in one part. So I threw it in the washing machine and then the dryer. It was like this. And I thought I'd ruined it. But I've snipped it apart and I've snipped threads for hours, many hours. And I think I probably need to throw it in the washing machine and dryer again and do it some more.
Yeah. Yeah, the more you wash those, the better they look. You gotta get all those little threads off. So,
So,
all right. Well, we'll have to add, since you're part of our retreat here, we'll have to get a couple of pictures of you with some of those quilts. Because you brought one. You brought two.
I brought the lap
You
quilt.
brought the lap quilt.
Yeah.
We'll get a picture.
Okay. Well, thank you.
All right.
Is that my
All right.
segment?
What's that?
Is that my
Yes.
segment?
I feel terrible about that darn fly.
No.
Okay, so we'll say goodbye.
Okay. All right.
All right, Ben.
See y'all at the airport tomorrow. Well, y'all won't see this, but I'll take you back. Anyway, good
glad you
being
made
here.
Okay, so what we thought is, Brianna's not here because she is off camping still. So I was supposed to do Fabric Chat by myself, and that didn't make any sense. It made way more sense to have friends do it. And what we would be doing is opening all these boxes that came to you and going, oh, they're going to love this, and then giving them to you. So instead, we thought you guys could just be here and open your boxes. So I'm going to start with these. So you guys came to 2 retreats ago, had lunch, which was super fun. The retreat last week, these were from the gals. I wish that I remembered who made which ones, but there are some new ones.
Oh, I love
And then I know that these, I know,
These are
I know, and I love
gorgeous.
that they do
Beautiful.
sets.
That's
Which is
very
really
nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, I love the pansies.
So cute.
Beautiful.
And then I know that these were from Becky from South Carolina.
Oh. Oh.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
I love it.
I love them.
Look at
That's awesome.
I
Oh, they're gonna love it.
know.
Thank you guys.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
So this one is, it looks like Ellen Leniger. Ellen Leniger. So you guys are looking. I will
Oh
read
my
the
goodness.
card.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that. Oh my gosh, that's a huge
Oh my
box.
gosh.
So this
That's
says,
so sweet. Thank you.
hi Cindy and Brianna. These stuffies and puzzles are for bingo prizes for the McKay residents. The puzzles have large pieces and are
Perfect.
designed for seniors.
You guys are great.
I
Thank you.
hope they
That is
enjoy them. Thanks.
Yeah,
Ellen.
thank you. Thank you guys.
Oh, pretty.
Very nice.
Cool.
I love it.
Oh my gosh, those are beautiful.
So
Wow.
cute. Look at them all.
I know. There's a bunch in here. Oh, that's when that kind of hangs
That's
on
fun.
stuff.
Cute. Oh, they can hang on their chair. Oh my gosh.
I
That's
love
gonna
the
be
big
great.
eyes.
I like the
Oh,
big
yeah.
eyeballs. Those are fun.
I love it.
We just love that the residents love the little.
They do.
They do.
Stuff
Oh
down.
man.
I've been in some of the rooms and they just have them lined up on their windows. So they've been-
Oh,
Another-
those are cool.
oh, there's 6.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, more.
And then more large.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Looks like a game, I think.
Oh my goodness, this is awesome. It's like Christmas in June.
Yeah.
Yes, right.
Oh, yeah.
my gosh,
more.
that's cool.
Oh, fun.
Oh, those
Oh,
are
yeah,
fun.
Oh,
Those are
yeah.
pretty.
Nice big pieces.
Oh, yeah, they'll
Oh,
love
it's
that.
just
They'll love
bright.
Oh,
Bright.
those are big.
That's
I
cute.
love
They
it.
have the picture on the back so they can
Oh,
See it?
yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
amazing.
Oh.
We have a puzzle board too, so that'll be cool for them to do.
Thank
you,
Awesome.
Very nice. All right, we'll set this aside. This one is from Evelyn Gwinnen from Petersburg, Illinois. And she also has a card in here. This must be,
Oh, I
you know,
love the bees.
Oh,
I love the
you
bees.
know what this is?
Oh, they're like the
Walker thing.
big. Oh my gosh,
very
the
cool.
bags, the
Very
walker
cool.
Oh,
bags.
Those are
yeah, the
awesome.
Walker
Oh my gosh,
bag.
that's
Those are
awesome.
amazing.
Oh, that's
They love-
wonderful.
Oh, let's
They'll
read
love
the
those.
Oh, here, I'll let you look in there.
Watermelon.
Oh, I love it. Oh, the butterflies are
The
cute.
butterfly.
My Fabric Patch friends enclosed our walker
Walker
caddies
caddies.
for McKay. I saw the idea
Oh, I
on
love it. Yes.
She Sews Seams.
Oh,
Oh, that's awesome.
She says she tweaked a little bit. She had a blast making them. Ended up with 20.
Oh my
10 for
God.
McKay and 10 for her local nursing
Perfect.
home.
Yay!
Yay!
Spread the love.
That's
I love
it.
that. I love that.
Spread the love.
Oh my gosh, these are
Love
wonderful.
watching you girls. Brightens my day. Thanks for everything you do, for including us, and for being our friends. When God gives you a talent, use it. God bless. Evelyn Gwennon from Petersburg, Illinois.
That's
my
wonderful.
gosh, and look at the colors.
Colors
love
are
it.
awesome.
And nice, and that's pretty
Nice.
smart. That
That's very smart.
instead of doing all of the interfacing or canvas fabric, look what she used. I mean, these are like
So if they get
they're
wet.
the drying.
Yeah,
sheets.
so if they get
yeah, and they're nice and thick.
oh
and
my
if they
gosh,
get
that
wet,
is perfect.
and
Love that.
pockets on both sides.
Yes,
Love
that
it.
is
Nice
a
and
must.
big.
Oh my gosh.
Super nice.
Those are
So
amazing.
awesome.
Super
Look at
nice.
that.
Thank
The turtle
you.
with the
Oh, I
blue.
love
That's
that.
gorgeous.
All right, we'll put those in there.
Fun. That is
Those are great.
Isn't that nice?
That's a
Wonderful.
smart idea.
I
Wonderful.
know, super smart. Smart girls. All right, that's this one. This one is
So
from
creative.
Kelly Watson from Cottage Grove, Oregon. Oh, some pillowcases. I'll read the card for you. She says, Cindy, Brianna, Tracy, and Fabric Patch crew, I love your videos and try not to miss them each week. You always put a smile on my face. I'm looking forward to seeing you this summer for a visit and again this fall for the embroidery retreat. Oh, yay. I've enclosed a few pillowcases to assist the McKay nursing home. Kelly Watson.
Oh,
Thank you,
Thank
Kelly.
you. Oh, those are beautiful.
Awesome.
Really,
Like,
really bright.
yes, I like the bright colors.
Lisa Gilbert from Wheaton, Illinois. Oh, fun. Oh, placemats.
I love it.
Very cool.
Oh,
We still need some.
Oh, I
Oh,
love
those are
it.
nice.
Wrote on all of them.
That is
Oh my gosh,
very
that's
nice.
wonderful.
And it's that
Oh.
canvas
Yeah, it's kinda
fabric.
Thicker material.
Really
That's
nice.
Beautiful.
These are perfect for like outside.
Adore.
You know, look at how bright
Oh,
and
look at
super
very nice.
washable. Nice little. I think it's really nice for them to know, you know, how far away
Yes,
That's
people
great.
are thinking of them. I think that's
We definitely
really
share.
super
We
sweet.
Tell 'em.
appreciate you
Yes.
guys
Yes.
so much.
Thank you, Oliver.
She says, hello, Cindy and Brianna. I have completed the call for placemats for McKay residents or for some of their friends. I've been watching all of the 2,000 plus placemats and mug rugs that have been sent, and wow, they're all beautiful. As I was watching and thinking, thinking what I would do that would be just as inspiring and beautiful, but different. I was putting my placemats out to use outside for my lunch on the patio. Yeah, and like a sign from heaven, I said, yes, this is it. Outdoor placemats with outdoor fabric. That's exactly right. Canvas. Joanne's was still here in Wheaton, Illinois, so I bought 6 yards and stitched and flipped. I did one of each pattern, so when I'm using them, I will smile. Oh, she kept one of each. Oh, so that when she's using them, she will smile and be happy and joyful and think of the other placemats that are having the same effect on those that are using them. Oh, very nice. All right, your friends, family. Use them, love, laugh, and eat with your friends, family, and just because. Lisa Gilbert, Wheaton, Illinois.
Love it. We have a
All
barbecue on Thursday.
I know. How
We have a
perfect
barbecue
is
tomorrow,
that?
actually.
Picnic
Picnic tomorrow, so
Oh,
we'll be
perfect.
outside.
Can use
It's
it as
good
long
to
as
have
fun.
these nice
Yeah.
healthy ones, and they just wash so well.
Love it.
All right.
wonderful.
Well, you guys, thanks for coming.
Thank
Out here in the
you. Thank you.
sunshine and saving us a trip.
Heck yeah, we love it.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Hi. And Tracy's here. So Tracy and I are going to sit and chat for a little bit in a very special place for you guys. But first, what happens usually on Tuesday nights, anybody who comes a little bit early, it's our only opportunity to eat any local cuisine. So we go over to Mom's European Deli. It's our Ukrainian Russian deli, and we get kind of a little smorgasbord of food. We bring it back, and then we all kind of eat family style, and people get to actually try plav and borscht and pierogies and dumplings and anyway. So we're gonna kind of their bread. We eat their bread every day.
So good.
It's so good. She's well known for her bread. So we're gonna take you over there. We're gonna get some food. We're gonna kind of show you around a little bit, and then we'll come back and we'll show you her food. All right, so this is Mom's European food and deli. She's been here for quite a while. Russian, Ukrainian. I'll ask her.
Yeah, let's ask this.
I'll ask her. There's 5 things on the menu. That's it. You don't deviate. You don't ask questions.
It is
You don't.
exactly what it says.
It's
And
what
it's good.
and it is. It's good. And just trust her. 3 dumplings, 3 borscht, 4 plov, 3 pierogi. Let's do 4 dumplings. 4 for me. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And then I'm also going to get, can I do the salami? Yes. That one, yeah.
Very, very good.
Yes.
Bitches. Yes. Oh, can you tip that soup back up? Thanks.
So the best part of our year is when Brianna's off. And this is where we can be at work.
Thanks, Brianna.
Thanks, Brianna. Hope you're having a great time.
We love you and miss you,
Oh, yeah, we miss you.
but we really like the lake right now.
We like the lake. So where we are is here at Juniper Beach.
And I call it Boy Scout Beach.
You call it Boy
Just
Scout
because
Beach?
of Boy Scout Trail.
Yeah, I think I'm the only one that calls
Well, I
it
think
Juniper
people
Beach.
call it Dog Beach too. Why?
They call it Dog Beach because they can bring their dogs down and let their dogs just run around in the water without a leash. And people will also call it the Nudist Colony Beach,
The nude beach. Yeah.
the nude beach.
But
But I call it Juniper Beach so that you know how to find it.
under Juniper Street.
Yeah, otherwise you don't know how to find it. So in Soap Lake, there's 3 beaches. There's a muddy beach. It has the mud on it. That's across from our place. There's kind of a sandy beach. And then this beach is kind of rocky. But
is,
I think it feels
but
good.
The black mud is just out there.
That's true.
And then there's green mud over here, which is supposed to be really good for your face.
Very, very good. And then this is also the beach where you can find, you can find clay babies anywhere. You know, I find clay babies in my driveway.
Yeah.
But this one is a pretty good spot where you can find them. We were finding a couple while we were sitting here. And to get set up. And clay babies are when you have a mineral lake, a lake with high mineral content, and it kind of swirls around a little bit. The rocks look kind of unique. We'll have Anna put in a picture for you. I know a lot of you guys have seen it multiple times before, but they're kind of interesting rocks. They almost look like babies. Women, you oftentimes will find something that looks like a woman.
I have a really good one. I should have brought it with me. It's round with a oval body. It looks like a baby. But yeah, like a piece of a bug or something like that is what it starts to form around. And then supposedly the layers are different because every year the temperature of the water, and as it moves, it'll layer up into different color.
They're kind of cool, kind of unique. And the lake just feels so good. It's just, there's a saying in Soap Lake that you have to leave it at the lake. I don't know if you guys can see the little, we have so many damselflies, tons
So
and
pretty.
tons of them. I did a video a couple years ago
Yeah.
of hundreds of the little blue damselflies. It's a lot. The little copepods. You can see them in the water. When I bring people down on the tour, I bring a glass with me and hold it up so that people can see them. But the little copepods are diminishing. Ooh, my butt's wet.
You got a little wet bum?
I'm sinking.
She has a wet bum.
I'm sinking.
I must be up higher. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I have a wet bum too. I just don't know. If you had a bear, you're on
You had a
bear.
bear?
You
I
had a
have a
bear, like Anna, and you put socks and shoes on it.
Yeah.
It would still have bare feet. Laugh, Anna, laugh. I thought that was really cute.
That is
It made
pretty
me
good.
laugh out loud when I read it. I thought, that's funny. I like that one.
This is where we should have morning meetings.
Oh, for sure.
It's right here.
Absolutely.
Can you pan around, Anna, and show them our
I was
view?
going to say, sure, I can do it because I'm videoing her right now.
Ah.
I took a still shot, but I videoed her too.
And see the dragonflies? I don't know if you can see that. It's really pretty fast.
I think it's really pretty down here. I love all of the poplar trees and the grasses and the different rocks. You know, the lake, when I moved here 5 years ago, was up, way up there. Now, the water feels good. Anna, I think, thinks it feels good too.
Anna, do you think the water feels
It's a little cold.
Really?
cold?
I've been down here for a while, and what normally happens to sterling because of the sulfur in here,
Yeah.
it yellows, but I'm not yellowing.
Oh.
I'm wondering how much the mineral contents have changed.
Right.
I wonder what the test if we test.
Well, they still
now.
test it pretty often.
Wonder what
And
it
on
says.
do you ever go to that website, thelake.org?
Not recently.
They have all of the numbers on there.
Oh, so check it out. That would be
It's a good website, but I'll tell you, there's something weird about it. So what happens is, I think it might be Ruth Ann that does it. She does a really good job. The website, it's really, really nice. But when it says what else lives in the lake, and where you click on it to see what a copepod is, it takes you away from their website to like Google or Wikipedia or something.
Oh,
And so it shows you what a copepod is. But then as you scroll down, you see all of these flesh-eating parasites,
gross.
biting midges, whatever, all of this stuff. And it's like, wait a minute. I've told them before, I said, when you go
Your
across the
link
sea,
is wrong.
your lake is giving the impression that there's a million of little biting, horrifying bugs. Because it's just all of the, it's like the
Oh
list
my
is like going
gosh.
to wildflowers of the Pacific Northwest. You click on one and you get, all of them. So, so cautionary when you go to that website.
Now I
But,
want to look just to see.
you're
what
going
it
to
comes
see
up.
the scariest looking, crawly, blood sucking things that
Oh
do
my
not live in
goodness.
this lake. So it's kind of funny,
That's funny.
but yeah. So we should talk to them about your
Yeah.
retreat.
Yes. Well, unfortunately, we had a couple people that had to
Cancel.
but,
Yeah,
things
that happens all the time. People
Yeah.
sign up
Out of our
January
control.
15th when they can.
Mhm.
And then, gosh, by September,
Yeah.
there's things that happen with life. And so I think that there's a couple of spots. There's still nothing in Christmas because I think we have such a long waiting list for Christmas. But I think there's a couple of spots in the machine embroidery.
I hope you have sunglasses on. I know they're really white.
But the machine embroidery retreat, I think there's maybe 2 spots. And then for people that stay over, yours is next,
Yes.
mid-September. And yours is super fun. Mixed media. You've been working on lots of different projects.
I know, but I have got to narrow it down. I have too many ideas, and
I love
gonna
that. I love seeing
see
all
what
of
it
your
is gonna
ideas
be.
because you never know what's gonna
Well, I kind of wanted
spark
to narrow it
somebody's
down to
interest.
say, or at least let, hey, maybe you want to bring a few of these if you like that. Or, people might have certain things they'd like a picture or a piece of lace or jewelry that belonged to somebody. And my mom has sent some new stuff too. So I thought, oh, that's good. It'll be more examples and ideas of how. I'm excited.
It's fun that every retreat has a different vibration. Yeah. Different energy. Some are just,
Well, it's like,
laughing and loud the whole
Yeah.
time, and others are pretty serene. And it's funny that
yeah,
the energy is different
It's
with
really
everyone.
it
And
has.
even, and Tracy, who's so susceptible to, that kind of energy, it's just funny because they're all different. And yours, it's fun because yours are very, very different from
they're
mine.
not really highly structured.
Well,
but
they're just,
I just like to
they're
give
very
the,
much
the
like
basic, here's what you need, how you do it.
form, have a
But-
good time.
Yeah.
And,
I think this year we'll
really
do one project together. Like when Mary was here, Meyer, a few weeks ago, and she came over to my Sturaggio. I decided garage just wasn't right, so I've combined studio and garage, Sturaggio. So she and I,
know the spelling.
yeah, that's how you say it. You can even use an accent if you like. Sturaggio. I was thinking I might get a doormat. Welcome to my Sturaggio.
Yes.
But anyway, Mary came over and I was showing her some things and she liked the idea of the project to do together. But she said, but just don't let everybody do it the same. And I said, well, nobody will do it the same. I said, it didn't even turn out what I had in my mind. It evolved and everybody will pick some different elements. So it'll just be a concept so I think that'll help with the color.
No matter what, it will be different.
And then people can just go out and do their own thing. Yeah. It's really fun. It's really fun. We need to fill it up, guys. Come and play with us for a few days. And we have repeat people coming.
I always, look at that one.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. You got to take that over to Anna.
Chicken.
That is beautiful. Look at this one. That is a sculpture.
Ha.
So
That is a clay baby. Right? And so many of them look like this, where it's just like this really, really round rock on the top. And then on the bottom, it's perfectly flat. So it's almost as if they've taken a rock and they've cut it. But that one is awesome. I think it's a little chicken. Even after we turn the camera off, we're going to keep sitting here.
Tension.
Just so you guys know. I know.
It's like a big breath of fresh air. It's like taking a nice big breath at night when you go to bed and after a long, tired day. And you let go and your whole body just sort of sinks. That's what it feels like here.
It does.
We need chairs. This is what we need to do one night for retreats. Get the girls.
Get the chairs. We need to come down ahead of time.
Set them
the
up.
chairs out. Get everybody down here.
Yeah.
Well, and I think also just to get their feet in the water, and obviously their butts in the water.
Yeah.
But I think and just to sit and relax, not hunched over your sewing machine.
Yes. Friday is going to be. Wait, is it the 21st? Saturday, the end of the solstice.
Yeah.
That would be a really nice night to come down.
should.
The latest day of the year, and just come here and.
Okay, I'm gonna
just do a
go.
little powwow.
I'm gonna go. I think those chairs are $5 at
Dollar General.
Dollar General. I'll
Okay.
see if they have
Well, and I can always
26 of them.
bring our. I think it's a great idea.
I think it's a fantastic idea, and I think we need to do it every time.
I think so. I agree.
Because we take that whole tour anyway. We do the Soap
Mhm.
Lake tour, and then we come down and everybody walks out in the water a little bit. And
And
we smell it.
there's
But
a
we
dance
need to
off.
sit with our feet in. What?
Yeah, little dance off.
Oh,
Yeah, and we could, because shoes might be an issue for some people walking in the rocks, so we might want to.
well, I can get some
we can get some little
flip flops.
at the $1.25 store, maybe. Just because this is shallow, they're not going to sink in the mud, and
No.
it's not going to go.
They just want to make sure and protect their feet if they have
Yeah.
tender feet. If we had snacks.
Like Cocoa Pods.
Wow. Something that could be on a floaty. You know, push that over here.
We can do that.
We could totally do it.
It's if we're
We could
in
put
a,
it-
if we're in
we
a
could-
circle.
We could have a kayak charcuterie.
Yeah. I like it.
I like it too. All right, we'll have to do it.
It's done.
All right,
It's happening.
it's happening.
The geese. Oh yeah, look at the geese. They're coming to see what it's all about. Aren't they peaceful? Just
They are
little
peaceful. Look,
moms,
there's
they've
some
got little
babies.
babies. and
These are babies.
little goslings. Ryan
Bring us your
goslings.
babies.
All right, well, thanks for hanging out with us for our unique fabric chat that spanned a whole day.
It's been inspiring.
It's very good. Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at fabricpatch.net.